Welcome to the dressing room with our Arabiya news. So, boys, what's been happening?
Yes, geezer. Well, I don't want to go first. Go on, Colin.
We'll leave you for the finale.
Mate, I've had a very busy week, mate.
Anyway, listen, I've had a decent week. I went on Monday. I went to a little festival.
Yes.
Yeah, City Splash.
Oh, yeah,
Good.
I couldn't make it.
Yeah, it was good. It was decent, man. I went out there. Sean Wright Phillips invited us.
Yeah,
but you was
yeah.
obviously busy.
Yeah.
You couldn't be there. We had a good time. And yes, let's say it was very merry.
Was it? How's
Yeah,
right?
great music, good vibes. People were happy. That's all you wanted, didn't it?
How was Righty?
Right, it was
Yeah.
merry. You know what merry
He's
is.
always merry.
Yeah, you know what right he's like.
Yeah.
He's always on a level, and then it's like.
Cavassier, was he on the Cavassier? Was it the Cavassier?
Yeah,
Was he
double
doing-
shots.
Yeah, mate, this guy.
Hennessy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it was a good time. His brother Brett come down as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was there with my cousin. So yeah, we're just having good times really. Didn't rain. I thought it was gonna be rain. Well,
You get
it rained.
weather?
It was a bit showery,
Right.
but it wasn't enough to like kill the vibe. So yeah.
Yeah, it'll have to be a lot
I
to
wore
kill
my
that
pink,
vibe.
Oh yeah, I wore my pink jumper again. Remember my pink jumper?
Yeah.
I was in
Like that.
Yeah. So I was in the vibe. Everyone's kept on coming up to me. Goes, why a big man like you wearing pink hoodie? And I
Just
was like-
comfortable, isn't you?
I was
The
like,
thing
what
is,
do you
these
mean?
days, like, if you wear anything colourful,
Yeah.
any kind of colour, you stand out.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I like a bit of colour every now and again, like a little
Yeah.
stripy number.
Yeah.
Man, I remember walking down Camden High Street with my mates, and he had these. I wanted some sunglasses, I couldn't find. He went, "Oh, borrow mine." I went, "Oh no, mate, they're a bit out there, they're a bit sparkling." He looks at me, "Mate, have you seen your jumper?" And I went, "Oh yeah." And I looked at my jumper and I looked up. When mate, everyone is always wearing plain,
Yeah.
mostly black, blues. And I was
Yeah.
thinking,
Yeah.
I actually stand out like
Yeah,
a sore
or
thumb here.
brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
No
do you
one
know what?
wears like bright colours anymore.
Do you know
Or
what it
don't
is?
if they
I
ever
think
did.
Well, I think it's good to stand out, innit? Why do you have to be like the rest? But at
I
the
don't
same
do it to
time,
stand out, I just
like,
like
it's just
it.
a nice colour. If it's something that you like, or
Yeah.
it doesn't, you don't feel too leery in it, and you're comfortable in it, then wear it, innit? You're a
Yeah.
fashion guy, you know how it works. So look, I wore that, and then someone come up to me and goes, "Oh, why are you wearing pink?" I was like, "What's it got to do with you? Why I wear pink?
Yeah.
Judge
Why
you.
Why go out of your way to even say it to someone?
No, it's
Some
like,
people,
are you
mate.
jealous? What? Because you can't pull it off? Because you don't feel comfortable in your skin? Like, what do you think?
I'm going to see Carlton Cole and just, why are you wearing pink?
Do you know
That's
what?
the
I
one
went-
question you can
A
ask him.
t-shirt. Why are you wearing pink?
Why
Get it
pink?
printed.
Do you know what? I looked at the comments the other day. Yeah, on they was coming after your stripy
Oh
jumper.
mate, I just don't really care.
I was like,
but,
how?
Yeah.
What? Just because you can't wear it, or it might not look good on you, don't mean it
It's
don't
the
look on
fact
him.
that they take the time to go out and
And then say it. Like,
Do you know what I
how
mean?
busy are you, man? Just get on with it.
Yeah, but-
Mate,
Is it putting
I
you
guaranteed if you went onto their account, they'd have like a plain navy polo
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Everything's
Like
plain
everyone
the
else.
whole time. And it's just like, do you know what I mean? Like they're scared to wear anything else.
Just listen. Just stop battering us for our outfits.
Yeah, exactly.
But we've had to take a leaf out of our. Well, I took a leaf out of your book. I was battering you for your outfits.
What did
you're,
I-
you're quite plain, ain't you?
Yeah,
You're that type of guy. But you ain't
Yeah.
gonna go out there.
Yeah. I'm
And
not going to
give it
batter
to the
someone.
world. Yeah,
No,
so-
I like to see Bridgie. I like
Yeah.
to see. I like to see.
It makes you happy, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
mate. I
Why bring someone else
telling
down?
That
You know
though,
what I mean?
telling that though, I saw a lovely pink like Parker stroke like Stone Island number,
Yeah.
pink, right? And it's really
seen
not
it.
me, but I saw it. I was like, God, that'd be
bit
great.
me.
at
Should've
got
festivals.
it. Just
I know,
wear it.
I know. At the
I've got a
festivals.
bright yellow one.
Have you?
Like bright yellow Stone Island poncho.
Yeah, yeah. That's what it was, like a
Someone give it
poncho
to
type
me.
thing.
Go for it, Coley.
Festivals, I'm coming. I'm
Yeah,
going to be
get it.
colourful at the festivals.
Festival, yeah.
Get the festivals.
That's where it starts, isn't it? Then you
Yeah.
start wearing it out every day.
It's a gateway. It's a gateway.
Gateway to colourfulness. It's not even a word. But that's what it's supposed to be. But yeah, I've done that.
Go on.
Went to the festival, then I had a midweek gig with TalkSport.
Right, okay.
Spent some time with the family as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously it was half term,
Yeah.
so kids got to run out.
Yeah.
and then actually, I went cinema.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go on.
Went to cinema.
What'd you see?
I was gonna put 10-pin bowling in there, but arrived late because if we'd have done that, we wouldn't have been able to go
Late
shopping.
shock. Surprised you made the film.
Yeah, just about did. Lucky there's like there's the trailers before.
Is it good?
Are you one of those ones that get in there for the trailers?
Of course he
Oh
is.
my
Yeah.
no! Do you know what? It's
who
not.
does trailers?
It's not for the trailers to make sure you got all your food.
Okay, but you still get to
You
watch
go
the trailer.
to where you get all the hot food and
yeah.
everything. Yeah, but so if you go to the one at Every Man by Us,
yeah.
if you're not in there like before the film starts, they come out and do their announcement and then they're walking around dishing out food while the movies. And so I try and get in there before to order the food and then.
Okay.
I ain't been to the cinema for ages. Go on, tell me, is it a good film?
Yeah, Mission Impossible. Yeah, Mission
I've
Impossible.
never seen
Tom
any of them.
Cruise.
Yeah.
He's in his element again.
Yeah.
Jumping from plane to plane as
man.
usual, man.
God, do you know he does all these stunts? All his own
I
stunts?
doubt he done this one. There's no way. Like everyone was telling me that. Oh, you know he does all these stunts. There's no way he done these stunts.
Does it? He done it.
Yeah, I know, but if he done these stunts, then I'd just
He's
say
Asian. He ain't Asian, is he?
Yeah.
If he done
He's still
this
doing
particular
that.
stunt,
I'm struggling to walk around with my knees.
this particular stunt though, Bridgie, there's no way he could have done this on his own without a harness.
Really?
At least a harness.
Of course they're going to give him a harness, man. They're not going to take a risk.
Well, you just
Go on,
said
Tom. Just spent 400 billion on this. If you miss, we
He's
get
dead.
someone else in. We call someone else.
Yeah, get a
Oh,
clone.
God.
Get Joe Cole in. He looks
Mate.
like him. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I've done anyway.
Okay.
And I'm here today.
Yeah, good.
Quite fresh, actually.
Yeah. Well, I ain't. Good.
I'm not so fresh either.
How are you, Bridgie?
Oh, right, it was half term, wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
Carlton said. So it was set up a water slide in the
Yeah, I saw
garden.
that.
I
Mate,
went
your
for a
house,
few. Do you
mate.
know
Oh,
what?
your
I
house.
want to
Mad house,
build.
isn't it?
I want to build my own water slide because I've ordered like 3 or 4 different ones. They're all crap. They're just all so bad. But yeah, we built one, but we only had one spot to put it where there's a little bit of a hill, but there's a window right at the bottom.
Right.
So it's a little bit.
Crashing
touch and go. So you've had to put a couple of sofas at the ends that you smash into.
Listen. There's no such thing as health and safety at Bridgie's house.
But then yesterday we had a few.
You had the first
Gary
hit?
Kay was over with another family, and one of the kids started to go down, but one
Who
of
was
the
over?
dads started to move the sofa around, so he was basically going to go flying past it. So what he did is he just chucked the sofa, and the kid went head first into this
Oh
sofa.
my! Who was that?
Started crying. Gary Cahill.
Oh, he come round?
family, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
and then another family. But it was a good laugh.
How is it after the skiing? I still buzz off that.
Oh, we
footage.
need to
went
go again.
skiing.
We need to get
Yeah,
Carlton
I would
there
love
as
to see-
well.
We got to come
You'd love
skiing,
You'd
mate.
love a ski trip as well.
That's
You would
it.
honestly.
Yeah.
We
You'd
went-
love
Well,
it.
I've done golfing, so I think I'm
Yeah, you
onto the
should.
next category now.
We went skiing last year with Gaz, like, and we weren't great, but I got lost.
Yeah,
Right? So to come and find me,
we had to go
they
down
had to
a
go
really
like off
steep
piste a little
slope
bit,
and off
and
piste.
Gaz, so he's all right, and the boys that were with us were all right. Off piste a little bit, they're fine, but Gaz was struggling, right?
What type of struggling are we
Mate, I
talking
don't know,
about?
Right, it was like a
They're at
Carlton
the bottom,
movie,
they're at the
mate.
bottom of this hill,
He's
and
stiff as
Bridget,
well, isn't
and like as a good friend does, Bridget's like not helping him, he's laughing, filming.
I couldn't help him. He was halfway up the
He
mountain.
go, go on, geese, right? And I don't know this is going on, so I saw the footage later. And it's a fair play to Gaz because he took something on
Load
he's
of
not
moguls,
capable of.
loads of bumps. So it's
Bumps.
hard to ride because you're constantly
Okay.
doing that.
He's gone down, right, and he's lost the plot. And he started going down backwards.
But then he's almost fallen over about 5 times, but he's held it. And then he got to
Isn't
the
it?
end and he was like,
Skiing
yes.
was
And then he
popular.
just fell like timber, didn't he?
It was funny.
That must be tiring.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
It is.
That's why I thought skiing is just going down a slope. I
Oh,
don't want
it
to be
is
going.
good
I don't want
fun.
to be
You'd like
working
it.
out.
You'd love it. You'd
You
love
just
it.
it's better when it's actually better when people are rubbish because you have more of a laugh. My cheeks were hurting like him. I was videoing him and he kept moaning at me for videoing him. Oh, he's brilliant.
I've got to do it.
I
I've got
thought
to do
Yeah,
it.
at
we
one
have to
point,
do
right, he does all the jumps, right? So he's like, got like all the kids going up, little jump, right? And I'm thinking about day for everything. I'm getting into a jump, right? And he's going, go on, geese. He's like egging you on like that kid. Go on, geese. Go on, geese. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. It's about the bump was about that high, right? I'm thinking, I've done this jump, and I thought I was airborne.
He's about that far off the
Couldn't
floor.
even get a Rizzler under my skis. No, you watch the footage afterwards. I'm thinking, oh, that's horrendous.
You thought you looked good.
Yeah. What else you been up to?
I went Tank Museum.
Yeah.
down in Bovington. Obviously,
Yeah.
Carter loves the war
Yeah.
and tanks.
Is that really a place, Bovington?
yeah.
Do you know what? That's a suitable place for you. You should have been born there. Bovril. Never bothered.
But it's wicked. Like it's an amazing
Yeah.
museum, and they do like a little bit of a live show. So he was absolutely buzzing.
Yeah.
Like, loved it.
He loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's like into it massively. Like, he knows all the tanks here. So we caught this one, and then we did this to it, and
Ain't you a little
he
bit
knows
worried he's going to
everything.
start a militia or something? Do you know what I mean?
He's going to end
And
up
he
in
do you know what
Colombia.
he loves watching?
He's going to end up in Colombia in the
He
jungle.
loves like Walking Dead.
Part of the militia.
Carter Bridge arms dealer.
But he loves Walking Dead, and I think in his head he thinks,
Oh my God.
if that ever happens, he's thinking, I'm ready. I know what
Mate,
to
I'm
do.
coming round.
Oh my God. Listen, I need him. We're going to need him on our side.
Yeah, we're going to
Well,
need
do you reckon,
And
do you
then,
reckon he's going to be in the army?
He
when
must
gets
love
older?
Foxy.
No,
then.
he loves Foxy.
Yeah.
Foxy come round him, but his knowledge of everything for his
Yeah.
age is good. So he was peppering like Foxy with like questions, and Fox said, "Oh, it's great," but he said it was like an interrogation. It was just like-
This is a man that's
and then
probably
Foxy
been
would say
interrogated as
something,
well.
Carter would go, no, because they use this. And he's like,
Oh,
my God.
wow. So he's knowledgeable like
Yeah.
that.
And then yes, but he loves it. But I don't think he'd want to go into the army, mate. Come on, look where he lives.
Yeah.
He says he wants to go for a day and give it a try.
Have a go.
Go cadets, mate, and see how you get on.
So do you reckon he's like, what is he going to be, like a historian, do you think?
I don't know, mate. You just don't know.
I think anything
Ain't
your
got a
kids
clue.
love,
You
You
just,
gotta try and
yeah, you
embrace
just
it.
let them go and they enjoy
Yeah.
it so much. So it's a slap to get down there. It's a 2.5-hour drive.
Is
you know
it?
what I
Mate,
mean?
you're
But
such a
he
good
loves
dad.
it though.
You're a great dad,
you're a
you
great
are.
You do your best, don't you? But and then Friday, end up going to a Percival event,
Yeah.
which was basically like along the lines of a wedding.
Really?
So we got there. There's a band playing. So went with a few of our friends,
Yeah.
Gary, who's a stylist, and we got Emma and Bo were there, and Ollie, and there was just us, our dad dancing in the corner. And then you look up and think, no one else is dancing. It's one of them nights. After a few hours, everyone got into it a bit.
Did you
And
need your
then-
wingman with you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I
you
miss
needed
you
us.
both.
Yeah, good.
And then I hadn't seen Gary for ages,
Yeah.
and I missed his 40th. So after he was like, "Well,
Gary's
I'm out."
40
out.
now.
Yeah, and I was like, "I'm out." So I was
we're
like, "Oh right, well, what we doing? We go karaoke."
Yeah.
I end up
I
at
saw it.
I sent you a little
Yeah,
video
yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
They put a Saturday song in, so I don't have to do a Saturday song.
Oh, gosh.
But I've made sure I've sent you the video, but
Oh,
it's
you
one
was
you can
going
only
for
view
it.
once because I've made that ain't going nowhere
You were
else.
going for it. You had the moves as well with
Mate,
me.
I'd had a few. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, he got moves to go with the singing. Like,
I love karaoke.
like me, I got to focus on one thing. Like you got moves and singing. You've been hanging around Frankie too long. That's why.
It was
She's taught
because
you
I
a
did
f-
that song with my initiation at Brighton, that's why.
Did you?
And
Oh,
I
was it?
learned all the dance moves for you.
Oh, you got to learn dance moves. What, the initiation at Brighton?
I just did it. Just
What was
thought it'd be a
yours?
laugh.
What was your initiation?
All fired up Saturday song.
Yeah.
Is it? So you done
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, what about you? What did you do for your initiation?
I've done
Anywhere?
it. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner.
Yeah, what was
I
it?
remember you doing that.
Yeah, I did it in France as well, which didn't go down too well because there's no they're looking at me like this is a terrible song.
Serious?
Just
They ain't going to join in, are they?
nah, what bad decision by me. Yeah,
I only done one initiation
go on. What was it?
when I first broke into Chelsea's squad.
What did you sing?
Because
you're a bit of an
I
MC.
don't know if I'm allowed to do this, say his name on air anymore. But it was R. Kelly.
Oh man,
I believe I can fly. That went down well. Everyone started singing along.
Yeah,
But you know, the
yeah.
initial part
Yeah, it's a
was
good choice.
It's a great choice, man. Like, because I wanted to spread my wings and fly in it.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
done all the. I had to stand on the chair and go, I believe I can fly. Oh, mate, it was brilliant. And everyone started clapping and that. And then you just get going, innit?
yeah. I did. Yeah, it's good, man. Good.
Initiations are good, innit?
Yeah,
to
they
get
are.
in. Because, like, a lot of
Do they
people.
still do them now, or is it?
I
like,
don't know.
Because it's like it's hard, isn't it? You know, nobody likes to get up. I love karaoke, but nobody likes to get up stone cold sober and sing. Do you know, like
After a coffee.
after getting back to the karaoke gigs, I do love a karaoke.
You know, I
That's
bumped
another
into it
thing.
as soon as I walked in there. Big zoo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, bumped into him. So we
We was
ended
with
up.
him out in
Yeah,
Champions
yeah,
League
yeah,
final.
yeah.
in
So we
France.
popped into his room and it was going off in his room. To be fair, we were in there for about 5 minutes.
Where did you go with it? Down in Farringdon.
Oh, I can't remember.
Is it one when you go downstairs?
It's
and
called
there's
Lucky
There's a
Yeah,
big
yeah,
bar?
Lucky
Yeah.
Start, Lucky
Yeah,
Start,
so you
Lucky
get your own
7,
room.
Yeah,
Lucky
yeah,
7.
yeah, yeah,
Lucky-
yeah,
and
yeah.
there's a bowling alley down there as well.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
It's good because you get your own room and you ain't. There's like because we thought there was gonna be karaoke at the Percival thing, but there
Right.
wasn't. So then everyone had it in their head they wanted
Around
to
the
go
corner,
karaoke.
Yeah, it's good there.
And I've just been paying the price for the last few days. It's a
horrible,
late
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
talk-
about you, geese?
Well, I've had a busy week, mate.
what have you
I
been
was
doing?
away Tuesday. So we done the pod last week on Monday, didn't we? Tuesday I went to watch. I covered the Conference League final.
Yeah.
So
How'd that
start.
go?
That was, mate. It was great. So you know, loads Chelsea in the final. So I know loads of people there. Covered it with Siddy and Mikel Antonio.
Yeah.
Brilliant. We'll get into that more about the game and that afterwards. But what was really good was it was mental because we went. I should have known. We've gone out. Right, so
You've done
Basically,
this before.
Joe's had a bit of a boozy
Yeah,
week,
yeah,
hasn't he?
yeah,
So
yeah,
Basically.
he's paying the price for
Today.
yeah, for like 3 nights out of 4. It was like,
Oh.
but it was like Siddy was there, so it was great.
Yeah.
And my brother came. And my brother came with my youngest Max and his son Cooper. Right, so I'll quickly tell you. I forgot this. Night before the game, we're having a right drink. Me and Siddy forget that we're playing in this UEFA game the next day in the
forgot?
square. So you know, like you see footage of the squares in
Yeah.
finals, and all the fans go. And there's like a fan park, and they did like an inflatable football pitch, and they get ex-players to come and play, and all Chelsea fans come and watch.
What, on the bouncy castle football
Mate,
pitch?
this-
Or
so
it's
we've
just the
turned
border,
up.
it's the border.
We've turned up. I'm thinking it's going to be like ex-players playing nice and gentle, a few passes, a few goals. We turned up. There was an under-18s team that we're playing against. Right, these guys had the bands out doing a proper warm-up. I'm sweating from the night before because we've had a right good night. And Siddy's like looking. He always looks great, but he's.
I don't need
Look,
this.
so anyway, we turned up. Jersey Dudek, remember Jersey?
Yeah.
Thomas Kuszak. So it's ex-Polish players and two lads, and they're big lads. Like, so I'm thinking we're going to struggle here, right? So Siddy's like, let's just not embarrass ourselves, right? We're 3-0 down after 2 minutes, right? These kids are rapid step overs right now, and then Sid's has got the ball, and he's just like, for some reason he just fell over and hit the floor, and I'm just like, and you can see all the fans thinking, oh, I wonder if they've still got it, and we're looking around going, no, they've not got it, right? And we ended up pulling it back respectively.
I heard you played well.
Nah, I did all right. But one of the lads we played with was a good lad. He got the ump with one of the young kids and just bounced him into the soft play. It was like an inflatable football pitch. He hit this kid. If it was, oh mate, he just flew into the
It was
net.
a fence.
It was like he got in there, and we finished 5. I think it was 5-6. We lost, but the Chelsea. No, it's like you can hear the Chelsea fans going, "Is he all right? Come on, Joe." I'm like,
So we're expecting more.
I'm looking around going, I'm trying. Man. Beat him. I'm trying to beat him, right?
They're asking you questions whilst you was on the
playing-
pitch. Oh my god.
And then
Lucky you're not an egotistical
no,
person.
mate, there's a bunch of lads who were boozed up, and they was on the plane with us. It was Ryanair, so they was singing. You know the song they used to sing. He's here, he's there, he's every. They were singing, he's here, he's there, he flies Ryanair. And I was like,
That's mad.
Yeah, it was good. And then we done that.
Yeah.
And game, we'll talk about the game later, but the game went really well.
Yeah.
After the game, so my youngest and my nephew, my brother,
Yeah.
they walked round behind the broadcast where we was, right? So we've got 15-20 minutes. Chelsea is celebrating on the pitch with the trophy. So I've clocked the steward's not looking. So I've got my boy and my nephew. Yeah, jump up quickly, get them on the pitch, right? They're 9, right? Then I've gone, right, I needed someone to look after them here. I've got to go to work. So my brother can't get on because I can't get him on. So I'm gone, just get on the pitch. So they've run on the pitch with all the families. And I'm thinking, oh no. So I'm just like, we're back live on air. So if you look at the last 15 minutes of the show, I'm like, yeah, ask me a
Taking
question.
your
I'll go-
shoulder.
I'm going to like the director. Can you see him? Where's my kids? It was the worst parenting ever. Like just these kids running around the pitch, like no one knew who they were, and they had the best time ever. Like they touched the trophy. Yeah. They said Enzo Fernandez was really nice to him. Mate, for them kids, it's like it's one of the joys.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
So they had a good time. Yeah, so that's what I've done there. Woke up. Yeah, they just had a great time, mate. Do you know what I mean? Just had a great time. So that was my first part of the week.
Yeah.
Should we get on to the football before
The second part.
You might want to skip that part.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the football. Let's talk
League.
about the Conference League.
Okay.
Let's talk about the game, because I watched the game.
Yeah. What did you think?
Obviously, you were there, so you might have a different feel.
Yeah.
I feel that he look, for one thing, I don't know why managers do this. Why didn't he play his strongest team from the start?
Right, it's good question.
One bit he spoke about afterwards with Reece James, as he played a lot of games, and
yeah,
but he's actually the best player in both squads.
Yeah. Never Coley.
Well, one of them. After Cole Palmer, probably.
Yeah, but Coley, I asked him a question. Did you see it afterwards? And he had a little. He sort of didn't, because I think he's been brilliant, Enzo, especially after the game. We give him his flowers, and rightly so. But we asked him the question, why didn't you? And he was like, what he's explaining was, Reece needs to manage his football, because for the last 3 years, he said he's missed loads of football injuries. And one of the precursors for getting re-injured is when you do too much, right? He said he played 90 minutes at the weekend in a real tough game. He said, I just didn't want to risk him. And I think what he was saying was, this could have been a 120 minutes game, and I prefer to finish with Reece James on the pitch, especially if it goes to penalties, because he couldn't play 120 minutes, Reece. You have to be careful. So his frustration was, everyone said it, why did you not start Reece James? But he's like, I'm trying to manage the whole. He's like, we're just thinking one game. He's managing the whole. You don't want to lose Reece James for the start of next season. Say he does a bad hamstring injury, then he's. Okay, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Did you get that
Yeah,
impression?
I get what he said.
Well,
I get mate.
this is a final.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a final.
It's a final. I mean, I know what you mean about minutes, but I'd want to finish the game early.
Yeah.
And then see it out with someone coming on, and do you know what I mean? Or he's looking at it saying, do you know what? He's logging it out himself, because you could be finished before you get to 120 minutes. Yeah. So, like, were you planning for it to be 120 minutes? Like, I don't know how managers think. Do they look at it and say, do we finish this off early and then hang on, or do we hang on till the last parts and have Reece James come on? I don't know what he was thinking. Like that, Gusto, mate, he had a mare.
Yeah. That's what killed it, because Gusto was at full for the goal, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You know.
I basically see the goals, and I watched most of the first half, but I was cooking at the time, and then kids were just causing havoc. So I watched the first half, which.
Chelsea were poor in the first half.
It was frustrating, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it was the same. There's one bit where they got a free kick, and I'm just like, sometimes I think foreign refs are good, but sometimes I think, mate, they give away things that I'm like, how does he give a free kick? And you can see them play acting, rolling around the floor, and because obviously I wanted Chelsea to win, so little things that were frustrating me all the first. It was just a frustrating game. I think as a fan, a Chelsea fan, to watch was frustrating. Yeah,
but that's what it was. Chelsea were poor in the first half. He got, but Betis. What you have to do is credit. What I found from being there, Coley, was right for Betis. They outnumbered the Chelsea fans. This was their Champions League final, World Cup final. I was talking to some Spanish fans, and the whole club was just like, you knew the first 15 minutes they were going to play the best football of their season.
It was like, let's just pass it around, but not try and penetrate or do something.
Yeah.
It was like they were too. It was like someone was too scared to try something.
Yeah.
Didn't want to make a mistake.
Make a mistake. Pass it there. Pass it. There was no real there wasn't loads of movement off the ball. Wasn't loads of runs forward. No one was trying to make a pass. No one was trying to really beat anyone. It was just.
Yeah, but was that credit to Betis? Because I watched the Betis of the first 20 minutes and the Betis of the last 20 minutes was like watching two different teams.
Yeah.
The midfield boys, Cardoso, Fornals, and Isco were running the show in the first, but Chelsea played into their hands.
Yeah.
And Gusto. But what I would say, looking back on the decision, Reece James and Gusto, right? So Reece James, club captain, been left out starting the final. And I was watching him before the game. You know, a good captain, I was just like, he was going up speaking to the lads. You know, like, you know, he could have been, you know, some captains make it all about themselves. But some captains are actually, even though he weren't starting, was actively helping out. And then Gusto got hooked at half time. He got told where the showers were. Like, after the game, he was leading the celebrations. So, like, it's a team game. Yeah. It's everyone. So, what I took from Chelsea was they looked like a squad that really enjoyed playing with each other. I'm not seeing that for a long time. With this group.
Cole, you know what I think of that, and I said it at the start of the season. I said it's not going to be a bad thing for them to be in the Europa Conference League because if they get that team bond going, because it's a very young squad. So you got the youngest average age in the Premier League, right? And even in the conference in that European competition, they were one of the youngest as well. I think in the final they said that. Even Real Betis' team, so both, it's like the youngest average age squad. Yeah. For a final.
Really?
Yeah. In Europe, so that's what I'm saying. So once they got that bond together, now they've gone and won something, and it's probably you could call it the easiest thing to go and win for them. But they're gonna have something that they can cling on to and say like we've done this together, so they can actually build for next season and say, okay, what's next? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And hopefully they can just, because there's such a young squad, they can just build that on that momentum there. And I think it's been quality for them if they use it like that. Yeah. Just to get to know each other. Can I depend on you when it's really going badly? You know what I mean? Then they can really get that bond and that strength together to start getting back on the ladder. What do you think? I don't know. That's how I looked at it. And other people can say anything they want to say. Oh, it's a third tier European trophy. But I see it as something that they can use to galvanise the team to go on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, I agree. What about yourself?
It's very difficult for me to agree when I batter Tottenham for winning something in it.
Spurs fans were coming for us on the pod this week.
Do you know what? When people have to take things with a pinch of salt, it's like... Do you know what I mean? It's like when we talk about teams, it's like, I don't really hate teams. There's certain fans from there that you think, oh, do you know what? Yeah. Like, you got mates who are Tottenham fans, but like, there's certain fans and when you've played against them and you've been given loads and everything, you're just like, oh, I hate you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Richie, do you know what? Yeah, they were saying, because we was alluding to the game, the final, the Europa League. As boring. It was a boring final, and we're kind of back. And then you say something. You saying about Spurs fans are deluded, But wait. Then they go, and there's such a boring game. And then someone goes, was it pot calling the kettle black? Yeah. Really? Okay. Coming from you, Bridgie. And I was like, they were calling you boring, right? Hold on a minute. But calling you boring, then you've got that type of stripy top on. Colourful top.
Building water slides in his garden. How can you even say
this guy
man, do you know builds water slides in his garden?
This guy is far from boring. Trust me.
You know, the thing is anyone in a final... If you win it and it's been boring, you don't care. That's fact. You just don't care.
They didn't care, the Spurs.
You wouldn't care at all. Don't get me wrong, you'd rather play like PSG. But you don't care. You won a trophy. But it is like, do you know what? You don't want to get to a final and lose. So for Chelsea, like, to go there and lose, it's bad, isn't it? So as much as it's like not the top tier trophy, it's a trophy at the end of the day. And they've won every trophy now, right?
Yeah, they've won
it. Grand Slam.
Grand Slam, yeah.
It is something to build on.
There shouldn't be in that Grand Slam,
do you know what, right? You're absolutely right, both of you. All right, Chef.
Hello, Chef.
Unprofessional.
Mate.
Very unprofessional, mate.
Just, at least this is going to be boring. But you know, I mentioned last week on the pod about the roads in Poland.
The infrastructure.
Good, mate. The infrastructure's good, mate. I'm telling you.
How have we got onto roads?
I don't know. Like, I've got it written down on here and things I wanted to mention because
wait.
because there's a few people come up to me.
Yeah.
They're listening to the pods and they went come up to me. The infrastructure's good, Coley, you're right. I'm in a boring conversation with Geezy. He's going, listen to it. He's bang on. He's going, look at that, look. Everything's...
There's arrows.
You have been saying how nice it is over there. I remember you saying it.
We had a lovely meal.
What was the weather?
Weather was good. Yeah, it rained on. No, sorry, it wasn't. It rained in the day, but as the final came, it sort of brightened up and it was decent.
What temperature we're talking?
Oh, geez, I'm
15
not the weather forecast.
Would you wear shorts?
No. I had a little linen suit on, which went down.
Ooh, linen.
Where is that from?
Percival.
Oh,
Yeah, lads, they loved it. Yeah, giving that.
Yeah, new linen suits are nice. To be fair.
Yeah, and they're very good, very good. Oh, what was I going to say? Yeah, so, but after the game, so we're interviewing, and I went on an interview at Dewsbury Hall. Because for Chelsea, like the Chelsea TV wanted me to go on and interview him, and because he's a great lad, and we've been backing him a lot because we watched him all the way through. Don't let him lads who he's played most of the games and he didn't come on, Bridgie, but he come on, and he could have been. You could have been feeling really sorry for himself because he's been brilliant in this competition.
Yeah, he got dropped for the final.
Come on and assisted the goal for Sancho, and he'd done really well. So I went on and I didn't want to, because I knew it was in front of the Chelsea fans and. I don't want to be like that ex-player on there, and then the fans were singing to me. I was like, nah, it's their day. Do you know what I mean? But it was great to see him. Do you know what I mean? A player that's come through the leagues, and now he's at a big European final, winning it at Chelsea. That was a really nice moment.
Like you said, they've got something to build on, haven't they?
Yeah,
especially with where they were.
Yeah. He's one of the experienced ones, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah.
He's one of the experienced ones.
They're so young. It's youngest. The team that, before we move on, for the team that won at Nottingham Forest, I think was the youngest Premier League team, or that we've seen. That's incredible.
Yeah.
You think about that.
Look at that. So now, when you look at the future,
yeah,
it's something to build off. And it looks bright, man. Come on.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they've got a long way to go before they get to what I saw on. So we'll go quickly to the Champions League final and just quickly tell you about. So just to go slightly back to what I was doing, I flew from Poland to Munich. I went straight out. And then, everyone sees, it's been there for a night. We go out for dinner. Joe, how you doing? I'm like, mate, I've just had a heavy one in Poland.
I've got to go again.
I'm going again. So I went in and we had a really good night.
That was like me and you the last time.
You know what? Yeah.
Your name was mentioned, by the way.
No way.
Last time we done Conference League, Champions League final, everyone's going, remember when you turned up with Carlton and you didn't sleep and you went straight?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I went, it's pretty much the same now. Just ain't got my wingman with me.
Yeah,
but, mate, let me tell you, it's great to see, Steve McManaman, Ali McCoy, Rio, Owen Hargreaves, what a man. And
he's
the
a
only
top
time,
man, he is.
the only time I've seen Owen a little bit flustered because it's his city and he's organising the socials and he just sort of does his thing. Yeah. And we ended
up.
Is
his dad
there? No, his pops weren't there this one, but it was
He's a boy. He's
a boy. Yeah.
I love his dad. I was hanging out with his dad more than him. Mr. Hargreaves, I was calling him. Mr. Hargreaves.
You can see where he gets it from.
He's a top man.
We had a good meal.
Yeah.
Ali McCoist, I know the football world loves Ali McCoist, but I think I sat him. I think at about 4 a.m. when we'd had a few, I just looked at him and went, Ali, I want to be you when I grow up. Yeah. I'm like, he's just and he just loves everything. People are talking to him about football, and because he's engaged. Do you know what I mean?
He's top man, innit? I've worked with Ali a few times, obviously on Talk Sport.
Always seems happy.
He's just always happy, man. That's what you want to be.
You need around you, innit?
Yeah, and the thing about it, listen, and he knows his stuff. Do you know what I mean? And look, he's harmless. He's not a threat to anyone.
No,
he just gets on with what he's getting on with.
Yeah,
that's what you got to be like. And he ain't gatekeeping anything. He's just a nice fella. And people that I'd rather be around rather than being around some people that act nice on TV but ain't really nice in real life. He's consistent. Do you know what I mean? That's why I like him a lot. And he helps, gives you his knowledge as well. Yeah. Gives a firm opinion on what he thinks, and whether you like it or not, that's who he is, and he'll stand by it.
Do you know what as well? One thing I think I always he loves music. Loves music. I always trust people that love music because they might not be the
genre.
Yeah, it's not the genre. It's all genres, but So anyway, done that. Got to the Champions League final. And what a game! performance from Paris.
That's what else did you do, bro? Don't try to skip over it.
I got blanked by one of my ex-teammates.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Come on, talk us through
I
this.
can't believe you thrown him under the bus.
No. We need to talk about this because
I'm staying out of this. You two carry on.
So I'll tell you why. Because I don't like when people, as I just said, I try to allude to it, but you didn't want to do it.
No, because it's like, anyway, Michael Ballack played with
We're disappointed in you, Michael. Yeah, come on.
I'm in Munich. I've walked into the club bar thing, and he's in the VIP area, right? So I've seen him, clocked him over the bar. Oh, how you doing, right? And I thought I'll go and say hello. So I've walked in, right, and the big German lump bouncer's just like. No, he's like, no. I went, no, I'm just going to see Michael. And he's just like, just thinking I haven't got the lyrics for this guy. He's just not having it. He looks like, you know what I mean? Big meathead.
He's not going to have it.
I thought, well, Bally will come and,
sort us out.
What do you do? Just give you a little wave off?
What do you do?
Absolutely pied me.
Oh, my gosh.
And I thought to myself, do you know what, mate? I was just bouncing. I thought, do you know what? I'm bouncing, man. Like, forget this. So anyway, we went out. me, Hargreaves and the boys, a few of the lads just went like, and we just went and had a good night.
Good.
Just pied, bounced around. Mate.
But do you know what?
They serve pizza in this German nightclub. They serve pizzas.
Oh, why did I see something about doner kebabs? Apparently they do a good doner kebab.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, have you not been to German doner kebab?
Yeah.
No, never.
Yeah, it's called is it GDK or something like that? GDK. We should the German doner kebab shop.
Is it?
Yeah,
GDK.
Pizzas in a nightclub, which is weird.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. No, but that's do you know who was telling me? Owen was telling me about it.
Yeah?
When we was in Paris one time, we was out in it, and it's like, they serve pizzas back home. So I was like, wow.
He just looked like.
But they do that. They do that in most places.
Yeah.
At the end of the night, just to get sober you up.
It's one at the end of the night. It was through the night.
Oh, all the way through?
Yeah, it was like it was a weird gaff. It was in like a forest.
What did you order? It was in the forest?
Yeah.
What happened? In a tavern?
Everyone knew it. Like, I went, because we was in the bar at the hotel and the bar was shutting and you didn't want to go home because I didn't have work till later on. Most of the sensible ones went home, but you know what I'm like. I just make bad decisions.
No, you're not.
Yeah, and it was but it was good, mate. It was enjoyed life. Yeah. Had a good chat. Not with Ballack.
You got pied.
Absolutely cussed and pied.
Listen.
Come on to the final.
Let's talk football. Right. Champions League, PSG. I backed them. I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna
You didn't back them to win it. You backed them to go far.
No, no. Listen, I've got my trumpet out. I'm gonna blow it. Right. They all said I was wrong because I followed them early on in the tournament, and you know when you can see something forming. The way that they were playing, the way that they were defending, like Doué, I saw him make his.
What a player.
And I'm just like, but I thought people kept trying to talk about Inter Milan back five. You know, they get the job done. I'm like, and I didn't go with my gut instincts, and they were just brilliant from the start. I was watching it with Macca. I said after 4 or 5 minutes, before they scored, I said this is going to be 4 or 5. This Macca. And then they were just opening him up. I mean,
It didn't turn up defensively.
No, do you know what it was?
I don't think they could.
It looked like they just didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
They were so well organised, PSG, pressing.
Yeah.
And do you know what they weren't afraid to do? And obviously, I'm watching it on telly, so you can't. You only see a certain amount of the pitch. But it was like they just went man for man, bosh.
Yeah.
Get after him. There wasn't like no pressing, but there was a man free for him to pass to. And then they couldn't do anything. And then sometimes when the keeper's taking a goal kick, they're looking to play out. And I'm thinking, mate, you need to stop trying to do that because you ain't getting nowhere.
Yeah,
you just got to smash it long and push up.
Yeah.
But it's like they've been told
Principles.
to play a certain way.
Inter Milan.
Inter.
Yeah.
And
no
other than that,
spot on.
Other than that, they don't know what to do. And I'm not saying it is all Italian managers, but I've played with a few. And it will be like, right, this is what we're going to do. And then there's that. And then there's that. And I'm thinking, football ain't like that, is it? You have to change somehow. And it just, you would have thought if you're a manager looking at it going, right, we need to change something here.
Yeah.
Got to change something completely because we can't do anything.
We're here for the taking.
But to watch them, it's their energy off the ball. They've got to be one of the fittest teams out there when you watch them run around. Pressing, the running when they've got the ball as well.
Yeah.
Like they just have everything. Everything that you would want from a team, they've got it.
Yeah, absolutely.
PSG, they've outperformed everyone in Europe this season, haven't they? And it wasn't quite. well, it was I was disappointed that Inter didn't show up the way I thought they would, because their defensive record's decent, isn't it? Like Italian team, you're thinking, they're gonna set up to defend. And they got a few fast attackers that could get them on the counter, but they didn't even do that, really, did they? So I went at the game, so I couldn't really feel it, but I saw
it
what
looked
I saw.
like they broke in numbers to me. When PSG went forward, they went forward. It wasn't like only a few of us are going to go; they all went.
The pressing, I think the thing that stood out, like exactly what you said, spot on. Inter Milan, I'm watching it and I'm going, what are you doing? After 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Insisted on going out. Jan Sommer kept kicking the ball out of play. PSG's press was just so good, and you got to have an understanding as a professional footballer. We've all been there. Like when it's just it's too hot, you can just go, and it's nothing wrong with just going right. And by the way, they could do with Martinez and Thuram.
Just did it into him, mate. There's times where it went into him,
have to go
it looked like something might happen.
Yeah, a long pass, bang, and just get on the second balls, get Barella up. Like it was because it wasn't working, and DeMarco, the left back, Bridgie. Oh my God, what a night he's had. He's had Yamal and then Doué.
I know, right?
Oh.
But do you know what? I don't know if it is because I've played like kind of that position, but for the first goal, there was moments where you're looking at him, and someone's made a run there. He's got another midfielder there. He's got someone wide. And it looks like he's looking around going, I don't know where to go here. I don't know what to do. And it's literally because he's
got a triangle around him.
Yeah. And it was like, there was moments you're just like, it was just weird. To me, it was like, it ain't as simple as, he's obviously had one, but it ain't that simple. It ain't all him. It's like everything going on around him. It was like...
So he wasn't being protected by somebody. He wasn't being covered.
It's weird. Sometimes you just got the ball's over, you got to tuck right in, but then he's worrying about him getting the ball there, him getting the ball there.
So the formation...
He did have one, but it's not as simple as just saying, it's his fault, mate. Their whole setup was just terrible.
From the start.
Yeah.
So they'd lost the game before they'd walk on the pitch because of the formation and the system wasn't working. And they wouldn't change it.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Because that's what's worked. It's worked for them to get this far. That's why. So he's thinking, why am I going to change it now? I get to a final, but sometimes you do.
Tell you one.
That's one thing. Oh, let me just go back to Maresca. Yeah, that's one thing I have to give him credit for. Yeah. Right. So we're just talking about people being stubborn. He knew he made a mistake, and he changed it half time, done whatever he had to do. Yeah, and then go on to win the game. That's what you call someone that's not in their ego and is actually adaptable and wants to, that can react to the situation at hand. That's where I had to rate him and say, do you know what? He done all right in the end because he made the decision, he made the call, hands up, made the mistake. Let's go forward now.
I'll tell you what I'd love to have mentioned to the young lad that come on. Maulu. Oh my God, mate.
Yeah.
The happiness on his face.
And he scored at the end.
You could just I could feel the happiness by just watching it. Unbelievable. I was just buzzing for him. It was a wicked moment.
Good.
It was a wicked
I saw
moment.
How fun when he wheeled off. I was like, imagine coming on in a Champions League final, and then reeling off with a goal at the end, the 5th goal. Oh, mate. What's he doing? What's his conversation with his mates after?
If you think, mate,
oh my God.
even the subs that come on, what they were doing when they were coming on as well, mate.
Barcola.
Mate, that move he did and he stuck it wide. I thought he was going to score.
Do you know what?
Hakimi, mate, he was a joke.
He is a joke, though, isn't he?
So good.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
He's a legend on and off the pitch.
He
is a legend on and off the pitch, Hakimi. What a boy he is.
All over, midfield everywhere.
The right way.
Out to divorce in the right manner.
Take notes.
What a man he is. I love him.
He should do a course.
He should teach us.
Right, okay. Right, just quickly before we go. So, PSG, brilliant.
Yeah.
Young team. It looks like we're going to come into this era. I just want to, before we wrap up the first part, I just want to say what I thought was a beautiful moment in the after the game when Luis Enrique, who lost his daughter, I think his 9-year-old daughter a few years ago to cancer, and tragically, and she famously, when she was a baby, when he won the Champions League with Barcelona, planted the Barcelona flag in the middle of the pitch, and I was watching. I was actually talking to this lovely Welsh lady in the box. She had her back to the party celebrations, and I could see the PSG fans, and I thought they're being remarkably well behaved because I know that they got on the pitch afterwards. I know they're cannons, right? Right. So I thought, why are they not getting? I'm thinking, why are they not getting on the pitch, right? So they'd waited and waited and then they brought this tifo down with a picture of it was Luis Enrique's daughter in the PSG badge, and him holding and she was planting the PSG.
Oh man!
Yeah.
And I was like, and this woman's looking at me,
Makes me
and I was like,
beautiful.
I've started crying because it was a beautiful. Like, I'm crying all the time. 3 times a week, I'm crying on Netflix.
That's good.
Right, anyway,
that's good to cry.
But she's like looking at me, like she doesn't know what's going on behind her. She just chatting to this man, and I'm just starting crying, and I'm like, she's going, "Are you all right?" I'm going, "Yeah, I'm all right." And I'm trying to explain to her what it was, but I just wanted to say. Listen, they're going to have a lot of stick PSG fans because of the trouble afterwards, the stadium and all that. But that was a beautiful moment, and for Luis Enrique, the fans, and his daughter, wasn't it?
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we need to give him a shout out.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Luis Enrique, big up, man.
Big up. Yeah,
I love you, man. Because for me, it shows the character of a man when he can still go about and do his work and his job and make everybody happy. And doing it for his daughter as well. Yeah. Because he come out and did say that this is for you.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful moment. And anybody that's dealing with loss, anybody that's dealing with heartache, he is a pioneer to get them on the right track. Because
he's an example.
It's doable. You can carry on.
Yeah.
So what a man. Big up Luis Enrique.
Big him up.
Shall we have a little review of the season, boys?
Yeah, it's been a good one, hasn't it?
It's
been interesting.
It has been. I was thinking, do we start off with, what about overachievers?
Yeah, go on there.
Teams that... do you know what?
This could be interesting.
I don't think you can look past these two.
Go on.
Obviously, I think Palace, Bournemouth, Brighton, West Ham have done... a bit better load of performances,
West Ham,
maybe not. But points-wise, I'm sure they've got more points than what they did the season before. I think they did.
We've not overachieved anything
maybe not.
this year.
No, I thought they did.
You said overachievers. You threw West Ham into that.
I think they've got more points, but they aren't really the way they've been playing today.
They're rubbish at the moment.
Yeah, they are rubbish.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have chucked them in there.
To
be fair, actually.
No, at the moment.
That might have made it their prime
We finished off strong.
Yeah, I think you've got the wrong one.
Listen,
what did you put in your coffee? We just stopped for half time.
I reckon someone else wrote that down there to throw a curveball in at me.
Yeah, someone stitched you up there.
Someone stitched you right
up.
Overachievers, Ruben Amorim, Manchester.
I don't think you can look past Brentford and Forest in terms of like the season before, because they both... Brentford was 16th.
Yeah.
Forest was 17th, right? Brentford had 39 points the season before. They ended up 10th with 56 this year. Forest, 17th with 32 points, more than doubled their points this year.
Forest have got how many points?
They were 17th the season before with 32 points. So this year
32 points?
32.
Wow.
This year, 7th with 65 points.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's an incredible turnaround, isn't it? Yeah. When you think about
the bottle jobs, don't get me wrong, in terms of where they finished.
Yeah.
No, not bottle jobs, but where they were, I thought they'd get Champions League.
They run out of steam.
Run out of steam. Not bottle jobs, but
listen,
it's a bit harsh. Yeah. But they ran out of steam. But from coming from where they were the season before to where they are now. And Brentford, I think, a massive shout as well. Both of them with a shout of...
Two very different clubs. Right, let's look at... So Brentford, on one hand, which I'm actually doing a bit of ad hoc work for with the under-18s, and the way that they're run, data-driven, everything's measured. Nottingham Forest, on the other hand, with my guy... when he bought...
Be careful, you don't want to get barred.
Mate, won't be allowed. You won't be allowed back in the stadium.
We've had this conversation how I would approach that. I'm getting in that stadium. If he bars me, what's his name? Mavropanos. If he bars me, mate, I'm getting in. I promise you. So I might not be broadcasting, but I'll be bouncing around the city grand.
You'll be bouncing around with a tash on, a fake tash, and an afro.
One of Bridgie's shirts. Everyone digging
and some aviators on.
Anyway, no, but he's come up from the Championship. Do you remember, was it 2 years ago when he just signed? Was just signing everyone.
Yeah.
Jesse Lingard, mate. It was like they had like 40 odd players, and then they managed to just stay up, didn't they? And then he's trimmed it, so they've gone. It seems to be his whims and his instincts and his passion and drive for that club taking him up. And then Brentford, on the other hand, it's like this nice, steady machine that's just improving. So I can see very, very different way of doing it, Coley, isn't there?
No, look, I see. For me, I love Brentford, obviously, because my little hometown.
The ends.
You know what I mean? The ends. And I love seeing how it's grown and what they do in the community and everything. They just had the Unity Cup over there as well on the weekend.
Was that Jamaica?
Jamaica, Nigeria.
Ghana?
No, I don't think Ghana is in it. I've forgotten the rest of the two. But yeah, Trinidad and Tobago, I think, was in it, and somebody else. But it was that was a lovely. Like my uncle went and everybody and all my boys from the ends. They went. They said, "Oh, Cole, you coming down?" I said, "No, I'm going to see Mission Impossible." Sorry, I ain't coming today. I did phone Marcus Gell to get me some tickets. Tickets for, because it's Brentford, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's the legend down there.
Yeah.
So I did
Marcus, good
get
lad.
some tickets for some of my boys. But when I say overachieve, I don't think Brentford come into that category. I think they've been building nice and slowly.
Yeah.
Thomas Frank's a really, really dependable manager. Got them. I think they've been overachieving for quite a while, but now I think they started to believe in themselves now, because when you lose players, as you said, you lose Ivan Toney, you lose these type of players, that you're losing that a certain amount of goals, isn't you? But the other Wisa and Buemo and the boy Shada, they've all stepped up to the plate. And then obviously they're a good solid team defensively as well. So they're not. I think they're right where they're supposed to be.
So what you're saying is that you can't categorise them overachievers now because it's been so consistently. Yeah, I can hear that.
Do you know what I mean? They're not overachievers. I think I'm expecting this now for them to keep on building, especially in a poor Premier League season as well. But they've been where they're supposed to be. I think the other teams need to catch up. Then you've got Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
I think that's for me.
Yeah.
I'd say they overachieved.
Yeah.
Not just because of where they finished in the league or whatever. I just think with the players they've got, and actually you'd say the style of football, because it's not the common style of football that everybody's expecting everyone to be successful nowadays. They don't play like that. I think they play in their own way, and it surprises everyone. They get people on the counter-attack, quick, strong players going forward. And some of the boys were actually hitting the dizzy heights.
Yeah.
And then obviously they're going to run out of steam as you go on with the next part of the season. And they actually surprised us and went again. But then it's just the back end where the business end is where the money is actually made. That's when you saw it. And that's why you saw Maricanas come out and he was frustrated with certain things, because he thought if we just had a little bit more experience, or we'd have done certain things in a different way in game actually as well.
True.
It could have made a difference for them getting another 3 to 6 points, which could have made a massive difference to them.
Yeah.
So I'd say Nottingham Forest have overachieved this year, but it's up to them to keep that expectation at that level now and say, listen, okay, whoever going to get in needs to understand and match this, so we can stay at least on the same level. Maybe not kick on, but at least we can finish on that.
It's going to be difficult for them to do the same again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Not if they recruit properly.
No.
Do you know,
But it's difficult. It's still difficult.
Yeah, of course. Always difficult.
I think it's really hard to call what would happen next season. This season for me has been a bit like, I feel like anyone could have beaten anyone.
So next season, Brentford or Nottingham Forest, you're more. I think you're more thinking Brentford could do it again.
Brentford
Forest,
do it
you're
again.
like,
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
It's hard to call. So it's
What bit of a wild card would you say, or would you?
It's just hard to
They've
call.
got good players.
I wouldn't. Yeah, they have got good players.
Every
but
team's got good players now, though. Every
Yeah.
team's got good players.
Yeah.
What I heard a rumour. What do you think about this, Bridgie? Nottingham Forest, and this is the type. This is why I think they'll do well next year. Calvert-Lewin on the free. I've heard that makes sense to me, because you've got Wood and Calvert-Lewin. Obviously, he's not going to be able to play 40, 50 games, Calvert-Lewin, but to rotate with Wood, Wood's getting on a bit. Two like-for-like sort of big centre forwards, like that makes sense to me.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, the style of play suits them as well.
So, but I don't think all the other two, like Brentford or Brighton's, and this, I don't know if they would take Calvert-Lewin.
I don't think it's not that type of player, because they're like strong, like running at you.
Yeah.
Like Mbuemo dribbling, Wisa dribbles as well. Like they don't need a robust, strong striker up front.
Yeah.
That's what that's what Nottingham Forest's mould is like.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on. Yeah.
Should we have a quick shout for Crystal Palace?
Yeah.
Because I think as far as overachievers, I think right. So we both agree Nottingham Forest overachievers of the year, but Crystal Palace winning the FA Cup. I know that the league wasn't quite where they wanted it, but what a moment for them winning that, and for their fans. Like they shut down South Norwood and South London for a long time. They had a great celebration. So I personally, because it's all about the romance of the cup, I think Crystal Palace are the overachievers. First time that they've done it. Great for football, great for the FA Cup, great for Glasner. And Eberechi Eze, I know he doesn't like the story about him being like, knocked back as a kid and then coming through and becoming this great player.
It's not that I don't like the story, he's just hearing it.
You don't want it to define it, and I'm sorry about
it.
But I think it's so great for young players to hear that. Do you know what I mean? All them young players who get let
just
go.
Don't give up, basically.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
And he's an example. And that's a great place to be. If you can be that example, that's a great thing to be. It is. And he can kick on again.
So it shows the mental strength, which should be drilled in.
Yeah.
I've mentioned him before, Glenn Hoddle. That's what he kind of...
Oh, yeah. Shock you, It gets mentioned once.
Shares in Glenn Hoddle.
Have you got shares in Glenn Hoddle's name or something? Every time it's mentioned on there, you get like 10 quid or something. What is it? Something's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Something's going on. Okay. Right. Underachievers nominees, right? Right, so we're going to go. Right, Arsenal, Manchester City, Manchester United and Spurs. Now, that's going to annoy Spurs fans straight away that we're putting them in there because they go, we're champions of Europe. Yeah. Yeah. You've
got
won.
one outside the door right now, just giving it large.
Yeah, it's bouncing around.
To be fair, the amount that we've talked about Spurs and Man United on this podcast.
Well, the second half of the season,
none of it's been that positive, is it?
No.
Really?
No.
Apart from them winning, Spurs obviously winning it, which is great for them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So with this, I think let's take Man City out of the equation because you got.
They have underachieved.
They've underachieved, but they've underachieved. But they've won. They've achieved so much. They're underachieving from the absolute
They've underachieved
pinnacle.
this season.
Yeah, but we can't. They're not. We can't give them that award. The underachievers.
Oh hell no,
we can't.
They still qualify for Champions League.
By the way, it's not really an award we're giving out either. We're just chatting about the season. We ain't got no trophies to give out.
We need a representative from Man City.
Come and accept your award.
Do you know? Do you know what?
We need to get Sean on to come and accept the
when you
award.
look at City, Arsenal, Liverpool, they're all kind of challenging. It
Yeah.
just doesn't.
Yeah.
For Arsenal, Man City, it just doesn't. It just hasn't happened for them this season. But I think they're going to be there or thereabouts again next season.
When it comes to underachieving, Arsenal have just like. Do you know what they're like, Bridgie? Do you know, like, this is what I would sum Arsenal up for.
We're
right?
going to get abused by Arsenal fans next.
We had Spurs all last week. All else we've got
He's
coming
going to
on.
love this, right? Do you remember when we climbed to Mont Blanc?
Yeah.
Do you remember that, right?
Yeah.
You climb Mont Blanc.
We climbed Mont Blanc, just in case you didn't know, right? It's all like that.
Ain't that a pen?
Yeah, mate, but it's the pen named after the mountain.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This guy, it's a mountain called Mont Blanc.
Oh, is
right?
it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's a right.
What's that? Oh, I know what that means.
Go on.
The White Mountain
Yeah.
in English.
Yeah. Well, anyway, right. So we did it for charity a few years ago. This kid is a doddle. Anyway, Mitch, remember when we got? It was a doddle for you. It was hard, like graft, brutal, right? So we getting up and we left base camp in the early hours, and it was bad weather. So there was 20 people, right?
Did you just say base camp?
Yeah, it was base camp. And we had to
There was more than 20 people.
No, was there more than 20 people?
Oh, there's loads of people. Loads of people left. We were last to leave.
you
We
get
were
up
first up, last to leave.
So this is us. This sums us up, right? First up, right? So we get up to base camp, right? It took us about 7-8 hours of climbing, but there was no snow, right? And you get up to like snow level, then you've got to stay overnight in these little boxes there, basically, and then you leave first about 4 or 5.
Well, we could have left that day as well.
Yeah, but he wanted to do it all in one day, like Mr. Commando. Like, everyone else needs to reset and eat because you're trying to climb a mountain, right? And he's gone. So I've gone like that. Another story is right. You're in these boxes, right? All the climbers are there. And you're sleeping, right? And he's like going to me, Geese, like, I don't think I'm going to sleep. Don't go to sleep, like. But don't worry. We'll be all right. Don't we? Won't sleep, right? I mean, he put his hand on the pillow. I was like,
no, that's Pippi. I knew I wasn't going to be able to sleep, but I'm going to have a few drinks because it'd knock me out.
Sparko.
You had to sleep in a room with like 100 odd people.
Yeah,
I was like, I ain't comfortable with this.
Yeah. Do you know
so
what?
I had a few drinks to help me sleep.
It doesn't surprise me with you. You've got different techniques.
So anyway, I didn't sleep, right? So anyway, I'm waiting for it wasn't the sun. It went to 4 a.m. and they all call you, right? Yeah. And you all have to go downstairs. And you have to put your equipment on. But like we're all the night before we go, well, let's make sure we get down there early. Let's get up there first. But we were so rubbish at putting the equipment on. Like, I don't know, I'm putting the shoes on the wrong way and everything. Right? So we're the last ones out, right? And it was brutal. Like you're just walking up this snow. You can't see nothing. It's pitch black. It's obviously -20. Snow in your face. I can't remember. I remember I was doing the story, right? Anyway, so we're getting up. We're picking people off like they're turning back because it's hard.
Yeah.
And then we get to like about 200 meters from the top, and then the guy goes. Remember, the guy goes to us. He kept checking his thing.
200 meters sounds close, but it takes a while because the bits you got to go over is still quite tough.
It's close from the mountain, right?
You can see the end.
Yeah, you can see the end.
No, I couldn't see.
No, you can't see nothing.
No, you can't see.
There
was a storm. A storm coming.
Storm was coming, right?
I'm turning back.
Exactly.
That's what they were talking about.
Back.
Oh, mate, I ain't come this side of turn back.
I don't want to die, Bridgie.
No, you're right. They would have turned back if we really needed
to. The guys have gone like it was like 20 miles per hour. 25 miles per hour. Say it's 25 miles. Once it goes above 25 miles per hour winds at that on the ridge, it's careful. Like the recommendations to go back, and it was like 26, 27 dipping in. So they have to ask us, like,
whether we want to do it.
And like to be fair, we both went, I can't come all this way. Let's take a gamble.
Take a gamble.
So anyway,
really
but my whole point of the story is,
right, that bad, we got there. Turn around.
We got there. We done it. Completed it.
Completed
it.
But what I'm saying is, Arsenal
completed it, mate.
But Arsenal have been like, they've been getting to that moment, and they just can't get to the top. Do you know what I mean?
They get to 200 metres away,
so 200
and they
metres
just
away,
turn back.
Melt and go back. Do you know
what?
Not like me and him.
Listen, Arsenal fans.
Hey, Arsenal fans are coming for you.
Not as hard as you lot. You go through it all the way. You'd see it out.
Mate, there'll be some screaming at their car radios at the moment.
Do you know what? That reminds me.
So they are underachievers.
Yeah. I read a comment, I think, on the YouTube, on our YouTube page, saying, why is it that, and this is off piece of it.
Battering me again?
No, it's not battering you. It's why is it that Joe Cole and Wayne Bridge always seem to be doing fun things, and Carlton never gets the invite?
This was years ago. You always get an invite. He always gets an invite.
No, listen, I wouldn't want to do that anyway. I wouldn't want to go. There's no way I'm climbing Mont Blanc. Imagine me going up Mont Blanc.
It'd be like,
you never seen a buffalo up there before.
They think it's a Yeti, man. Cole, you fancy going Mont Blanc? Signal.
There's no way I'm going up Mont Blanc, man. There's no way.
Yeah, I get your point about Arsenal. Man U and the Spurs just, well, I don't know. They've been on a downhill slope for a while, United, didn't they?
Just for the fact, the final, I'm going to go Man U.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Matt Ashley, you can't put Spurs in there after they beat Man United.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man U had a disappointing season, obviously. He's finishing, 17th, 16th or something like that? No. Was it 15th in the end? I don't know. Does it matter? But it's down there, isn't it?
It's down there.
And then they've won nothing. So massive summer for them.
Yeah.
Next season's just they've got to start achieving something.
And then you can kind of talk about players that have moved on, and done well.
So best signing nominees.
The worst.
Well, I'd say there's players that have moved on, and two of them have come from Man United.
Who?
Scott McTominay.
Yeah.
Anthony.
I
mean, they both left their them clubs and done
Although
fairly well.
Although against any English club, he seems to go back to. He was in Europe, yeah. He's been tearing up the Spanish league. He plays against Chelsea. He's non-existent. Non-existent. It's like he's got something for any English team that he comes up against.
I was like, we're doing the obviously doing the for Anthony. We're doing the I looked at the clips. He is tearing it up,
Yeah,
right?
I know
But
he
I'm
is.
just like, we can't put this out to air and pretend to these people that this fella's gonna do this to like he's not. I'm like, yeah, but he's on fire. Like Chelsea should be worrying about Anthony. I went, yeah, be fine. And Cucurella just dealt with him. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's just
See
like,
what I mean? Just dealt with him.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just like, what is the?
He's had a good season.
What's
though,
the
hasn't he?
state of Spanish defending?
That's exactly, mate. I know.
That's it. If he's
Cucurella's
doing
had
that
a
over
good
there.
season.
I think.
he had a good season,
I've got
Cucu.
a theory on Anthony. Right now, this is off piste.
Go on.
I think he had a vitamin D problem, right? So in Manchester, he
sun.
weren't getting the sun. He weren't charging him up. And now he's out in the sun. He's doing his thing.
That's it.
This is a vitamin
He
D.
wasn't charging him up.
I'm telling you.
What did he need? The charger?
Any of the medical stuff from Betis, they must have the data on that. I bet you he's got a vitamin D deficiency.
Something's going on over there.
But he
Anything to do with English Premier League, he don't want to
doesn't-
know.
he
He
can't even-
doesn't want to know.
Mate, he can't even. Yeah.
Anyway,
he don't even want to fly over
Did
England
you see-
anymore.
and on top of that, did you see him? Him and Jadon Sancho consoling each other at the end of the game.
Really? What?
they
We
had
got to go back there.
That's what I was saying. They was hugging each other for about 5 minutes. They must have been talking to each other. Oh, when are you back in? Oh, I can't go back there. Please. These clubs, just take us, please. We want to stay. Like, oh, mate, anyway.
They
that's
might
just
not have
banter.
them back. They might say don't come back.
Yeah, we'll see, innit? We'll
We'll
see.
see. Listen,
Anyway, let's move on.
Like, it was really good to
digress.
see him playing well, Anthony.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But moving on, nominees. Can we just quick shout to Scott McTominay from Napoli?
My man's the new Maradona over there. He's been heralded as like he can't. He's like over there. I see the. You see when they done the parade,
Yeah.
bro.
Well,
Yeah.
he was living out. He was having a party. He was
Good
enjoying
lad.
himself.
Good lad.
He
I
loved
like it. His
Yeah,
his
yeah,
hair
yeah.
and he's got the slick back
Yeah.
Italian style now as well.
Yeah.
Like, I love it.
Yeah.
I love this for him, man.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Fair play to fair.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like when you leave somewhere that you've just had a hard time at, and then you go somewhere and it just opens up for you.
Yeah.
Like it's like all that stress that you was going through don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Like now he's the main man.
Yeah.
Like, and some of his performances have been out of this world. Some of his goals even. He's
you
scoring overhead kicks.
Yeah.
What's happened? Man just allowed to express himself.
Mate, I'd love to see like the smile on his face when he must be going into training. But do you think, Bridgie, I'm giving my opinion, I think he's being used in the right way by Antonio Conte. And I think that's why Antonio Conte's a player. He's seen something in him. I saw it in him. Because didn't David Moyes want to sign him at West Ham?
Yeah.
I heard David
yeah,
Moyes wanted
of
him,
course.
and they were like, well, does he fit the... No, there's a lot of money. I'm like,
Mate, he's a top player for me.
breaking from midfield, similar to Frank,
Yeah.
not always having to play on the half term, always, arriving. He's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
He's done really well.
He's done really well.
Well
He's done
done,
great. Well done to Scott McTominay. And, fantastic. Harshest sacking nominees.
Cool.
No, we don't want that. No, we don't want that. Yes, it's negative. We don't want
Negative.
that.
We don't want
Goal of the
negativity.
season?
Goal of the
What are you
season.
saying? Like, oh,
I've got my view.
yeah.
So let's give the list.
Very
Should we do the
different
list
goals.
for the listeners? We'll do Marmoush versus Bournemouth, Mitoma versus Chelsea, Harry Wilson versus Brentford. I love Harry Wilson's name. He sounds like a 1940s bomber, doesn't he? Like, from Harry Wilson.
Oh, you
Harry
can't chuck it.
Wilson.
You can't chuck that in there.
What?
What, Declan
It's
Rice
against
versus
Real
Real?
Madrid.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, you're gonna put.
Yeah,
oh, I thought
Yeah,
you were
we
gonna
talk
go
about
Premier
Champions.
League.
We talked about Champions
Yeah,
League as
okay.
well. We talk about everything.
Yeah, okay.
We don't
don't
have
discriminate,
rules.
man.
This is this
There's
is
no boundaries here.
no boundaries. Yeah.
Anything can get it. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm saying. So Declan Rice, which one? Which goal? Because
All right.
there was the first one
Yeah.
that was unbelievable. The first free kick.
Well, he's not in there for me anyway.
And then the
top two.
second one was sublime.
Yeah, the second was
Top
sublime.
Minzels.
The second one was a postage stamp, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was
I
like-
think so.
He's not in there.
Basically,
Basically, top two anyway, so we cross him off.
all right.
All right, mate. All right.
No. Let's just think. Right, I think great goals are great goals.
Right, do you think his
Technically.
goals were better than Mamouche's goal?
Technically, no.
No, there you go. Right.
No, but let me finish, right? Okay. But you
Why are
have
you so
to,
passionate about this?
you have to. It has to have some. I think it being on the stages on has an element to it as well,
Right,
rather
okay.
than just a pure
Catch
technical
Real
element.
Madrid.
In that moment, do you know what I mean? Like that's the moments when you're just like, there's got to have that element to it.
Yeah.
So, what? So, I think it's definitely in the frame there.
Okay.
Before that, but
But you don't believe it's the best one?
I don't believe it's the best
There
one.
you go.
I don't think you can have a free kick as the best one.
No.
Because free kicks are just something.
Yeah.
I love them, but something about it being
Yes.
just on the pitch and then like
No,
you're
but-
sort of expecting it. You're
No,
like, he's
no,
gonna
but I
shoot.
wasn't expecting Declan Rice to come up with that. That's what makes it special. But look, for me, look, you got Marmouche v Bournemouth, Matoma v Chelsea, Harry Wilson v Brentford. That don't stick out for me. It was a good goal, but Declan Rice, that was the wow factor for me. Yeah. So it boils it down to Marmouche v Bournemouth or Matoma v Chelsea.
Yeah, for me, they're my two favourite. Two very different goals.
Well, I've got to say, that Matoma goal.
Just his
Oh,
touch.
blimey.
Yeah.
It was taking it back to the 80s.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Well, in the 90s, I should say.
Yeah.
When you got when you had the Burkamps.
Yeah.
And remember when Burkamp plucked that ball? I think what was it? What cup was that? What World Cup was that? World Cup was it?
Oh.
Euros?
The one where his
Euros.
touch where he took it around the
98.
player.
Netherlands was 98.
World Cup against
sorry,
Argentina.
Premier League.
Please,
Over his head and the touch, boom, and
please,
he just.
kids,
Oh,
please,
Colin.
watch it. It should be in a
It didn't remind me of that, but it's just a touch.
just-
It's to set up the next touch
mate.
for the goal.
Yeah.
And Matoma done that touch, bang. Then the next touch, incredible.
Yeah.
And the
Inside.
finish.
Yeah.
And then everything was just in his stride.
Yeah.
It's like nothing broke stride. It was just
Well,
it was supposed to be.
You know the story about Matoma, right? About he's got a degree in dribbling. So he done a university.
Wait a minute.
No.
Is there such a thing?
No. He made this thing, right? So he went to. You have to choose what you do your PhD, and you can study anything. You can study coffee cups or whatever it is. But he did a study because I'm messing this up, but someone Google it. He's got a PhD in dribbling.
Yeah.
He mastered and he talks about the body shape when you're there and
moving.
and all that. So
Balance.
Balance. What he does with his back foot.
So he wrote a book. Or...
He wrote a thesis, like whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. See.
And that's why that was a great.
Yeah.
So now he's backed it up. He's
backed it up, yeah.
Because that was the first touch, dribbling as well involved in it, and then way to finish. What a player he is, by the way. And I don't know how long he's going to be at Brighton because
He could play anywhere, couldn't he?
he could play anywhere. He's a great player for me, and he's getting better and better. So for me,
Mitoma for you.
v Chelsea.
I just find it too hard to call Mamouche and Matoma.
All right, so you're right.
To be fair, if you're gonna,
if your life depended on it.
it's a great ping from Mamouche and it's unbelievable strike. But I reckon if you just say, if you say which one would you have rather have scored, I'd love to have plucked that out of the air, took it inside, and just
That's the way to think
That's
about
the
it.
way to
what I
think.
would
See,
have
that's why
preferred
this
to
guy,
do.
every episode he comes out with something that goes,
It's
there's
just
like
logical.
clarity.
It's logical clarity.
Mitoma.
I would have rather scored that
Yeah,
goal.
Mitoma
I'd have rather
gets it.
scored Mitoma goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Shall we?
So we go on a season finish on a season
Yeah,
highlight. What
that-
would be your season highlight? And we don't have to go with the things we wrote down. You might
Alright,
have one
okay.
of your own. Palace has to be up there for the FA Cup
Yeah.
as a highlight.
Yeah. Palace has to be up there. And we've had some great moments here. Newcastle with the League Cup.
Yeah.
Palace with the FA Cup. Spurs with the
You
Europa
can't be
Cup.
called that a highlight,
it's
can you?
Do you know what?
It's highlight for them.
Highlight for them, yeah. Highlight for them.
Do you know
Then
what?
Chelsea have got a highlight, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
And also Liverpool winning the Premier
Liverpool
League for the
winning,
first time without COVID.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah. That's true.
that's true. So there's a lot of like moments this year where teams have done something incredible. I'm never ever going to pick Spurs, for obvious reasons. So it'll be between Palace and Newcastle. But the reason I'm going to go with Newcastle is because I've been going to Newcastle loads of games at Newcastle, and we stay at the hotel, and they do a lovely breakfast of kippers at Newcastle. So I look forward to going to Newcastle. The best breakfast in the hotel,
Kippers?
Mate. It's lovely.
I can't
It's
do
proper.
kippers, mate.
Mate,
What
you
is
know,
that,
for when
like sardines?
This is how I judge my games. When I get my games I'm doing, I'm like, yeah, Newcastle. That's
Food.
food, breakfast, kippers. Right? It's blinding. It's like a really nice spread. So, but
God.
the people of Newcastle, I must say, we've all said this. I think they are brilliant, aren't they? There's I've never ever had a
Happy
negative
people.
experience of going there. So I'm so happy for them winning something. And Lindsay, who works with us at TNT,
Oh,
who we all
Abby,
love,
yeah.
like proper football
She's a
fan.
lovely girl.
And she done the day when they go in the town hall and they talk to the fans, and she was excited about that. So I was really happy for Linz because we love her, and Newcastle's my season highlight.
Yeah. All right.
Go on.
I'm gonna go against the grain here.
Okay,
Yeah.
expect that from you.
I'm just so happy for Spurs.
Oh wow!
They finally won something.
Oh,
Like-
got a bit of stick, did we? You just want to put it right.
Don't play to the crowd.
I didn't get no stick from Spurs.
Was
I
it
don't
just
get-
me?
No. Do you know what?
Is it just me
It's just
getting
you getting,
abused?
it's just you getting abused.
Thanks, mate. Agree
I'm
with
quite,
me.
I'm quite balanced. I'm a balanced guy.
Oh, you're a balanced broadcaster. Yeah, this guy.
You just see what he says off camera.
No, honestly, I'm happy. So I tell you why I'm happy for Spurs because the fans.
Yeah.
More the fans and Ange.
Yes, Ange, yeah.
So
Ange, yeah.
that is the reason because look, the fans for me, like they could give me more stick than I get really truly, but I'm just alright. I'm alright with them. Like it comes with the territory in it. But Spurs. I'm just happy to see them win something, so it shuts them up for a little while.
Yeah.
Moaning, they was moaning.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Now we can move forward.
Yeah.
We've won something now. Let's see what you do in the next 10 years. Then let's see the next one. Do you know what I mean? Because I know they're not going to win anything else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's good for them.
Yeah, good for
anyway,
them.
and then I've got Palace, obviously for me. Palace.
Yeah. I think I'd have to pick Palace as much as I played for Brighton and they hate each other. And I did get abused by them when I played against them. But, like, for me, like, yeah, the first time they've won
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? And I know a few fans who are good friends of mine, Dan, who snowboarder, like, getting a voice note from him and a message from him, it was just the happiness. Like, it was
great,
massive.
isn't
It's great.
great.
He's a
It's
snowboarder.
great. Yeah, snowboard. He works
Snowboarder from
works
South
for
London.
Burton Snowboards. Yeah, he great lad. Great lad.
Eddie the Eagle.
No, he's decent to be fair. He's a good lad. Like hearing him speak, like the happiness was just, you could feel it. Do you know what I mean? So that for me, I'll just have to pick them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. I think that's all we've got time for, boys.
Yeah.
You're listening to The Dressing Room with our Arabiya News.